also thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers, man. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be discussing Ravens versus Steelers. We're also going to talk about the Cowboys losing as expected to the 49ers. Another score that stood out to me was the Jaguars defeating the Bills 25-20, and the Chiefs barely escaping with the win against the Minnesota Vikings. Alright, so let's start with Baltimore versus Pittsburgh, the rivalry. Pittsburgh did win 17-10. Kenny Pickett 18 of 32, 224 with one touchdown. Jalen Warren led the Pittsburgh Steelers in rushing yards with 40. I told you I've never seen Najee Harris have a good game. I only watch a handful of them, but every time I watch, he does almost absolutely nothing, like his impact wise. But yeah, this was definitely a defensive showdown. I'm gonna show you Lamar's stats: 22 of 38, 236, and an interception. Gus Edwards, he rushed really hard, 4 yards a carry, but it just wasn't enough production. 12 attempts for 48 yards. Zay Flowers led the team in receptions, well, not receptions, but receiving yards, 73. Mark Andrews led Baltimore with receptions, and this dude is garbage. I'm sorry. Rashad Bateman, he played trash. He dropped a pass and it ends like wide open in the end zone. You'll see it in the highlights for a second, but yeah, this game should have been an easy win for the the Baltimore Ravens. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Lamar Jackson was being very accurate, spreading the wealth, you know what I'm saying, hitting his different receivers. Odell Beckham didn't really have a huge impact in his game. I think he caught a couple passes for a few yards, but their running back, I don't even know much about him, but he looks like he runs hard, man, like he fights for extra yards. He only had 12 rushing attempts. They probably could have fed the ball to the running back a little more. But yeah, they just did not put up enough points, especially for getting to the red zone that many times. That's what they struggled with last year, the Baltimore Ravens. They struggled all last year of putting points in the board once they get into their opponent's red zone, and it looks like it's starting to come back to haunt them again, man. Especially, it's sad because of this type of quarterback they have. When you have a quarterback of that talent, you have to be able to put points on the board. Could you imagine if Patrick Mahomes, who wasn't putting points on the board when he got into the end zone, or players like Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts? When you have a quarterback of that caliber, you have to be able to put points on the board, man. There's so many teams that don't have that level of talent at that position. So when you do, you really gotta capitalize on it, man. But yeah, you also have to give credit to the Steelers defense. This is like the second or third game that the Steelers won literally because of their defense. Like, if it wasn't for their defense, they wouldn't have even been in the ball game. Their defense kept it close and got so many stops on the field that it's not even funny, man. They did the same thing to Cleveland when Cleveland got off to an early start, and then all of a sudden, the Pittsburgh kept getting stop after stop, and then eventually Pickens goes off for like a 74-yard touchdown, and he took over the game. Pickens had 130 yards on like six receptions. So if you're Steelers fans, Pickens is literally your entire offense. I'm sorry, I haven't seen anything from Najee Harris at all. Now it could be your line. I don't know. I haven't really watched every single game, so I can't really judge your line because I don't know how well you guys protect on average. But it looks like it's like maybe an average line or like slightly below average. But still, you were recruited and scouted that high at the running back position. People are expecting you to be the next Derrick Henry. I just haven't seen that. I'm sorry, I just have not. But yeah, man. All right there, he just gets sacked on the play. Sheesh. Number 10 on the play. Let's go. Mullet. I have to learn these players' names, man. It's just so many new names to learn, bro. See, what basketball, there's only 12 to 15 players on each team, so it's so easy to pick it up. There's so many players on a football field at once, man. And then you gotta know the subs and all that. And then, I saw that happen when they fumbled right here. Oh my gosh, I knew it was over. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be one of those games where Pittsburgh just stalls them out and they're gonna come back and win probably. I promise you, when I saw that live, I was like, here we go. Here comes all the defensive stops after stops. And that's what they did in their defense. TJ Watt, Highsmith, they do a great job setting the pressure, getting to the quarterback, making the quarterback throw off his back foot. They got a few fumbles over the course of the last few weeks. I don't know what they did last week, but I know the week have seen the defense not necessarily get exposed, but we've seen them not play up to the level that we know they're capable of. Now the quarterback Pickett, I think he's average. I think he's decent. I like his mobility out of the pocket. I think he can escape and can extend plays. But I don't know if he's the franchise quarterback. It's kind of like with Daniel Jones, but maybe he has a little bit more upside than Daniel Jones. But it's just hard to tell. Like, I haven't seen him take over a game yet. Like, they're relying too much on the defense for me to be like, oh yeah, he's the guy to lead their franchise. I just don't know. But yeah, you gotta give credit, man. They fought hard. One thing about the Steelers, they do not give up. They do not give up. They will fight you till the end, man. And you gotta show love for a team like that. Alright, so right here, dropping back, Pickett, and he's gonna throw towards the sideline. Alright, nice grab right there. I'm telling you, Pickens is their entire offense. Like, if it wasn't for that man right here, they probably wouldn't score at all. Like, unless if the defense got like a pick six or a scoop and score or something, man. But yeah, I like him as a receiver. You guys gotta get another up. He needs help, bro. That's all I'm saying. Man. Like everybody else on your offense is either just too average or ass. Like, I really want to see Najee. When was the last time Najee Harris had a 100-yard game, like a dominant performance? I don't know, man. All right, good throw right here, Pickett. Like I said, he does have upside. I'm not saying he's ass. There are quarterbacks that are worse than him, but I don't know, man. Like with Brock Purdy, we've seen evidence that he could be the franchise quarterback. Like 4 touchdowns in a game, hasn't lost as a starter. It's like players like that who you can be like, oh yeah, definitely he's gonna be the guy for them. Like Trevor Lawrence, he hasn't done anything crazy yet. I mean, he did have a comeback in the playoffs, but when you see a franchise quarterback, you know when you have one. So Steelers fans, comment down below, do you think Pickett is the answer at the quarterback position? Let me know. Alright, so right here, 1 minute left. They're trying to get us last. They're trying to get a score to take the lead. Alright, dropping back. And, another turnover. See, I'm telling you, the Steelers, man, they know how to force turnovers. Kind of like, what the Steelers defense reminds me of? Pittsburgh's defense reminds me of Dallas. The way they're able to get pressure on the quarterback. I think the Dallas has a better secondary. I think that's what separates them. And I think their middle linebacker core is better, especially when they have Michael Parsons lining up on different positions. I like the way they utilize him. But yeah, that's gonna do it, man. They just didn't have enough, man. They did not have enough. Well, they did have enough. They just choked. They just stopped. Their offense just stalled. Odell, like I said, he didn't really have an impact on the game. And then that's why they lost. They just didn't. Alright, so right here they're gonna kick the field goal, and that puts them up 17-0. Alright, so now let's talk about the Dallas game, the Dallas Cowboys game, man. The Dallas Cowboys lost 10-42. It's funny because I have so many Cowboys fans in my family. Brock Purdy was 17 of 24 for 252, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jordan Mason led the team in rushing yards with 69. Christian McCaffrey, 19 attempts for 51, only 2.7 yards. But that's expected because Cowboys, they do have a good run defense. Their secondary is a little suspect now that Trey Diggs is injured. Dak Prescott is ass, 14 of 24, 153. I have always said this. In the biggest moments, like win or lose, big game situation, I'd rather have Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins over Dak Prescott. I swear I've said that for like 3 or 4 years now. I've just seen especially Derek Carr. I've seen Derek Carr in some elimination games where he probably should have lost and willed his team. Dak Prescott isn't willing nobody. If their defense isn't getting turnovers and stops and giving him easy, good field position, he's not taking over a game, man. It's like very rare. I'm talking about the biggest games. Now he'll do it in an opening night game in week 1 or in a week 4 matchup against the Patriots. But hey, I'm telling you, and especially against a division rival or against a team that's elite later in the year towards the playoffs or to get into the playoffs or in the actual playoffs, no, I do not trust him more than Derek Carr. I just don't. But yeah, the 49ers they dominated from start to finish, man. They were just way more physical. They won the line of scrimmage on both sides, offense and defense. CeeDee Lamb looked like the best player on the entire team yesterday. give up so many points and plays to the 49ers. I thought they would do a better job.